right, so we're back, and we're just about 10 minutes away from the hour of 7 o'clock. And don't forget, on the flip side, in the second hour, we have Sergeant Pitt here for talking to the police service. And right now, we are joined by PEP candidate for Barataria in the by-elections that will take place on Monday, July 16. That is this Monday coming, Mr. Christoph Samlal. He's here with us, and he's going to chat with us about his candidacy, how it's going. And morning, Christoph. What's up, man? All right, cool, man. Welcome to Breaking Dawn, man. First time I've had you on. First time in politics?
Yep.
What made you get into politics?
I met the party last year for a protest against the Cybercrime Bill Act. And then I started taking more Philip videos, seeing what the party was about. Attending more meetings on Saturdays and witnessing myself the building of the party, the setting of the policies, building out of that. And I just decided to make myself an active member of that because I believed in policies they stood for. And now that we had the opportunity to contest some seats in local government, I decided to step up one time. All right,
now you're from Barataria?
I live on the Santa Cruz Road.
You live on the Santa Cruz, the Santa Cruz Road. Right. All right, but I'm from 24 6th Avenue, Barataria. Okay. That's where I grew up all my life. Nice. So we talk about Barataria because I remember back in the day, oh gosh, when my father used to be walking all over the place and campaigning with now deceased. Oh gosh, this big PNM stalwart boy. Anyhow, I'll get to that. I remember the name just now. Oh God, I forget it. Slip my mind. Anyway, I remember those days. Barataria has always been a toss-up seat.
Right.
Right? It's always been
marginal.
Either one or the other.
Right.
All right, marginal seat. And in the last general election, just a few hundred votes, I think it was decided the seat. In terms of local government and what you're going up for, now you bring some statistics here for me, so we'll get straight into it, right? Because these are the points I want to make this morning.
Yeah. Let you get out of the way then.
Right, so we want to talk about this. Now he's a mathematician, he told me, so he likes to deal with statistics. All right?
Well, I actually have a degree in mathematics and statistics.
You have a degree in mathematics. All right, nice, man. So you were looking at the percentage of people, the percentage of voter turnout, just opposed to the amount of people in the constituency.
Right.
So the figures are what?
3,400 in all came out and vote out of 10,200.
That's in the last local government election.
Right. So that's exactly approximately 1/3 of the population, the voters.
Right.
So to me now, that intrigued me. I want to know, well, first of all, we're putting somebody based on 1/3 of the voter. 2/3 now, I'm wondering what that 2/3 really mean. And I narrowed it down to two things. It's either they completely don't care and jaded by politics, which to me just tells me that they don't know what this vote means to them, or they weren't satisfied with their options, UNC and PNM alone.
Okay. So if they're not interested in politics, because even in a general election, the majority of the people really come out and vote.
Right.
You have probably, I would say, maybe 40% of the electorate usually show up for a general election, which leaves about 60% of the country just don't care.
Right. It doesn't necessarily mean they just don't care. Could mean
they
don't
have, if they're
not
not going out to
satisfied with their
exercise
options.
their duty, then they don't care.
No, but if they're not satisfied with their options, what are they supposed to do? Go and vote for one of the parties still?
Okay, I understand what you're saying.
Right, so don't just say that 60-something% means that they just
so the
don't
majority
care.
of the country feels helpless?
Well, that's what I'm saying, because at the end of the day, they had a chance to show a track record for each of the parties that contested.
Okay.
So there are a part of the population who aren't satisfied with both being an option.
Okay, so whether local government election or general election, we know this for sure. Majority of the electorate not satisfied with either PNM or UNC, and we have evidence to support that pertaining to empirical data because the figures are there and the numbers don't lie.
Right.
Good. How are you going to move those people to get to the poll?
How are we going to move them
How are you
to
going
get
to
to
move
the
them to
vote?
get to, because you had to move them to get to vote.
Right.
And if you don't have the financing
Right.
to run a campaign,
Correct.
how are you going to do it?
Well, for example, we're trying to reach everybody. That's why we're using
All
shows
right.
like this. We've been on newspaper, radio, TV. You name it, we take what we get.
Right.
In terms of getting the message out there. And the main message we want to get out there is, this what we're asking for is a little bit, just to prove ourselves to Trinidad and Tobago. There are over 100 districts in Trinidad. We're asking for 2. And there's going to be a next election next year. across the board for local government anyway. So we only asking
Right,
for
this
1
was a
year.
by-election to fill the whole
To
of the
fill,
local
yeah,
next
because
year, right.
the two councillors passed away last year.
Right.
Right, so it's just to fill between now and next year. We're asking for 1 year in 2 districts to prove this government that we could do better than them.
Yeah. You know.
In which
Well,
sense?
you have people who, all right, how do you, okay, you're asking the...
Right, who didn't want to
who
vote
did not
UNC
want to
and
vote in the
PNM.
last local election.
Right.
Okay, but how do you move that 66% to get them here? Because you
'Cause
can't just simply say, look, all we're asking for is 1 year.
Well, one by one, door by door, house by house, we go out and we ask them, listen, are you satisfied with Barataria as it is right now in terms of local government? And next issue is we have to go into greater detail now and explain what local government is in charge of and how much powers they have and that kind of thing.
Right.
And then ask them, are you satisfied with that service that you're getting from UNC or PNM that you had in local government before?
Okay, but what is the role of local government then?
Well, there are a lot of different rules. So they have a discretionary service in police, in terms of health, the health centers and wellness centers, in terms of education, just preschool. The roadways that don't fall under the purview of Ministry of Works, the drainage, sanitation, which is cleanup, environmental protection, cemeteries, recreational parks, and just probably a few other things. But everything, the best way to summarize it is everything that falls out of the purviews of central government's ministries. So you know the Ministry of Education handles primary and secondary school, local government will handle preschool. That's like the best way to figure out what your councillor would be able to do for you.
Okay, but all right, having been on the campaign trail for the first time, you're talking to people about Barataria, what is the general feedback? Are they satisfied to some level?
They aren't. They aren't.
Okay,
they aren't.
Okay, but if they aren't satisfied, what are the problems they want solved? Because
well, again,
I have a story there with Belmont East people complaining about the same thing they're complaining about for the last 20 years.
Right.
But for the last 20 years, they're voting the same way.
Right. No, but again, Belmont is even lower turnout. It's 20-something% goes out and puts PNM in power there.
Yes, but they put them back in power. But
because they have no other option before, Stefan. They had no other option before. Now is their chance to use that vote. Now is the chance they've been waiting on. That's the reason we're doing this. Right?
I think you have an uphill task.
It is an uphill task, but the biggest part of the battle is reaching out to the people. And I mean, we practically starting from fresh because we had no media coverage before nomination day. So,
okay.
So people in Barataria, because we've been campaigning before nomination day, nobody knew who our party were, nothing like that.
Let me tell you something, partner. I understand what you're trying to do. I understand what people are trying to do. Take my stupid advice. You see somebody accustomed voting PNM all their life, forget him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The
right?
66%
because
is
you
what I
can't change
focus
your
on.
mind. You see somebody accustomed voting UNC all their life, forget him. Because you can't change your mind.
Fair enough.
Right. So I understand the philosophy behind this.
Right, but we need to reach out to that 66% and let them know, yo, this is the call. Come out and use your vote to send a statement to the two ruling parties that you aren't satisfied with their work. A little thing, give you a little thing.
For me personally, and this is just a personal statement on my part, just looking at politics on the whole in Trinidad and Tobago, I would say, in terms of a victory in the by-election of our PEP, out of these 2 seats going up for by-election, out of these two local government positions going up for by-election here, I would give you the nod in terms of having more chance than Felicia. Now, I could be wrong. They're having more chance here because Felicia going up
in a strong role,
in a strong
right. And I'm in a marginal.
And you're in a marginal.
Correct.
So understand my logic behind making that statement. Not taking away anything from Felicia Holder and what she can do, or not trying to dishearten her. I know she could talk and she had drive. That's one thing. She had determination. So I would not be surprised if she does gather some significant portion of support. But I'm saying that significant portion of support that she might gather just may not be enough this time around. But you all have to understand. Do you all understand you're still building here?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, because you're going in with the expectancy. You want to win.
We want to win.
But do you expect to win?
I would like to think so. Again, once we reach out to enough people, I hope in like these shows and all the TV, all the radios, every day is TV, radio, and then going out to walk about, full campaign. The only thing we're not doing is
4 loud mic cars and a music truck
and
like
running
the
20
PNM.
ads per day. All
Like,
right.
and running 20 ads per day. Exactly.
All right, because of course you don't have
we don't have the financing for
but
that.
that's
So
the
we're
next
doing
thing.
as much as we
A political
can
party
do.
needs financing.
Right.
So in terms of now, I've heard people say, I've heard people who support the PAP say, well, we're not in the hands of any financiers.
Right.
Because we don't have no big financing like the PNM and the UNC.
Correct.
So we are accountable to the people. All right? Now, okay, you don't have any big financiers, but
we don't even have much few small financiers either.
Are you all moving towards making a move like Bernie Sanders did in the States?
Well, what we doing?
Asking the population to fund your campaign.
What we did so far, we had a lot of fundraisers coming up. So we had the barbecue, curry Q, we had a few events.
Okay, so you're all doing this through
as well as we sell merchandise.
Okay.
Right, so cups, flags, jerseys.
And this is how the party is funded.
For now. But we also have a long-term plan because, again, to contest just next year for national election is over 120 seats. Yep. At 2,000 a seat. That's 240,000.
And you'll have 39 people on the ground in
constituencies.
Not 41. 39.
Not 41 yet.
39.
Yeah.
You see, I just followed little things here.
Nice. But, I mean, that number could change tonight once we have somebody willing to step up to the plate, you know?
All right. Now, the reason why I mentioned financing is because campaign finance reform is a bigger... That's for our next conversation on a different level in terms of our general election, campaign finance reform. For all of you who know about that.
And equal airtime as well, huh?
And, there's this issue, I see you all have been saying you've not been getting enough
for now,
media attention.
For now, since nomination, that's changed. I can't deny that. Because, I mean, we've had a lot of radio, TV, and newspaper, like I said. So that's changed since nomination, which, I mean, we kind of put the media against the wall and say, listen, we need some sort of attention. We're exactly,
an option.
because we
are presenting ourselves as an option.
We are the only other party contesting these elections right now.
But what makes this party different per se from the COP?
From the COP?
Yeah, now I am putting all in the same.
Right,
I just saying the COP came, say, hey, we got third option. They gathered a certain level of support.
You finish
which proves the point that there is a section of people that will not go PNM or UNC. And a significant portion of that electorate will vote for a third option. The Congress of the People proved that in their first general election. Then they decided to go partner with the UNC.
Right.
So how do people know that, hey, got a little momentum here, pull out some of the undecided voters, the people who don't want either or, and then boom, general election 2020, you're hearing about our partnership again between either the PP and the PNM or the PP and the UNC. How people know that that's not going to happen?
Well, let me ask you to see if you know the answer then. Finish the sentence for me. The COP was a break-off of?
Well, of the UNC.
Right.
Right.
The PP is a break-off of?
I would say, Paulina break off anybody.
So that's the difference there. You know the answer already, right?
Yeah, but deals
and the reason that it come back together later on is because, all right, COP come out and they come and form like a pressure group, I consider it, because they have a different mindset towards UNC and the direction UNC was headed.
All right.
And they did that to break off and show, hey, UNC, if all in step up all the game. But then they come back together again as the same whole nonsense.
Yeah, but okay, outside of that, I think the main point
so
is
you can't compare us to COP.
The point is that they did prove that there is a significant portion of
people. Which is why I'm saying with the statistics.
Right, so
as
I understand your statistics.
Right.
I understand your statistics. But they were funded, they had financing.
Right. Where was their financing from?
Well,
we'll go through all that.
All right, now, just before, because we got to wrap, but let your vote be a statement.
Yeah, like I said, it's only 1 year. If you don't know what UNC and PNM give as a person living in Barataria, you have 1 year to make a statement to both parties on a national level. Step up all the game, because if all they don't, we're ready to vote all out, and we have an option. Okay. Use that vote to make that statement if you're not satisfied with UNC and PNM. If you're satisfied with Barataria in terms of your local government needs, you go ahead and vote for who you usually vote for, you know? We targeted the 66%. Who not satisfied?
How old are you, by the way?
25.
Oh, great. You could get my vote, you know.
Yeah, I hope so.
I'd rather vote for a 25-year-old.
We're on the ground, we're living out here. And we...
No, I mean, I'm very serious. I live St. James for years, but I still vote in Barataria. You're actually talking to one in the electorate.
Well, I'm counting that. I'm going back home and check my list.
You're actually talking to one, I'm telling all you.
And here's the thing, you see how much time it took me here to converse with you and convince you? It's taken us that time out.
Oh, you ain't convinced me yet, you know. I just
no, well,
yeah, but go ahead.
To even have you thinking of swinging, wherever you was thinking
I
before.
really don't swing either or, you know. I kind of just look at everything.
And that's the thing, I would like, honestly, my vision for politics in Trinidad is the UNC candidate, the PNM candidate right here, and we discuss it on national TV. Let the country make the decision. The same thing on radio, the same thing across the board. I would advise anybody to, you know, that's how I think. I vote for the person, not the party. Exactly. So even if I don't like a political party, let's say I don't like the UNC, but the person they put up is somebody I know capable of doing this job, I'll vote for them. If I don't like the PNM, but I see they put up somebody that I think capable, that better than the other candidate, that's why Barataria is a marginal, because they vote based on the person and not the party, right? Right. That's why I sit here and I will mention certain UNC ministers that I know or MPs that I know. I know the UNC candidate personally. Right? No, but I mean, I will sit down here and mention the candidates that work. Right. And I'll say, no, they do a good job. And then when it comes to the PNM, I always mention Japa, the PNM councillor in St. James. You could go to Japan, Japan will get the job done for you. So, you know, in terms of, is the person I just look at. Right. Having sat here, spoken to you, I've met the other two candidates. They had the opportunity to give us a call and say, we could come on the show. They did not. So that's them. But, you know, having sat here, chatted with you, I could see that you're a very intelligent young man. Thank you. You have to have a certain drive when you get into politics, and when you're going up for positions like this, you have to be dedicated to the people. And you see, my youth would work in my favor, because councillor work is a lot of cases. It's a lot of work, I know. And the salary and all that. Right. So you're definitely in doing it. Anybody who's a councillor really don't do it for the money. No, but we're doing it to prove the PNM and the UNC that we could do better. Okay. So this is the opportunity for the people of Barataria to come out and say, hey, listen, we're not satisfied with either or for that 66% that is either not satisfied, jaded. And if they are jaded, I encourage all of them, learn the structure and the role of local government, and you'll understand the power of your vote. And you ask them to go and read. It's not much, it's not much. If you go on Pep's Our Barataria page, it's two little screenshots. Two little screenshots will tell you everything that local government is in charge of, and you decide if you're satisfied or not, you know? All right. But you need to know. So, all right, so I'll give you like a few seconds here just to talk to the people of Barataria watching, and tell them why to vote for you, man. Well, like I said, it's not just me. We have the entire Progressive Empowerment Party working behind this thing. So if you put in Felicia and you make a big statement towards both parties in Parliament right now, as well as give us the opportunity to show that you could get better done. All right, nice, man. And listen, on Monday, you have the opportunity, for those of you see, people have to understand, right? If you're disgruntled on a national level, this is your opportunity to show that you're disgruntled on a national level. And when I say that, I mean, this is not a general election. This is a local government by-election for these two particular constituencies. But every day I sit here and I hear complaints. It could serve as a report card. It could serve as a report card for Parliament. This is an opportunity. And like he said, they're just asking for a year. And I don't want to sound like a campaigning for them, but this is the reality of the situation when you're part of an electorate, right? And you have to make a decision. If you are not satisfied, if you do not vote, and you want to show that you are not satisfied with the status quo as it is right now, this is your opportunity to try something new on a small scale and see what materializes and see what materializes, so that in a year down the road you could say, well, you know, I took a chance. And maybe you're satisfied, or maybe you're not satisfied, and then you can make a decision and say, well, look, I'm going back to the PNM, or I'm going back to the UNC because I wasn't satisfied with the representation I get from the PEP, but I did give them a try. Exactly. So at least, you know, it's your opportunity to say, at least I tried something different for a short period of time to see. And to support change that I keep crying out for. You know, all Trinidadians crying out for change, but nobody paying any work. All we're asking is for a vote, that's all. And I'm just saying, listen, if you think it's bad now, how worse it could get. One last thing too, a big fear of the residents of Barataria, because a lot of people come on and say, yo, I want to vote for you, but again, as is a new party, I don't feel they're going to get through. Well, I need to tell everybody who's thinking like that, trust that the other people are going to do it as well. Go out and vote. You know, we had a lot of people interacting with people in Barataria, and they say, yes, we support you, you have our vote. So don't think you're alone in doing this. Don't feel embarrassed. Make a statement.
Make a statement. It's a mindset. All right, and you know, we got to change our mindset as people. We got to understand how much power we really have. So I tell you what, thanks a lot, Christoph. Thanks for coming on, and best of luck on Monday. And you and all the other candidates too. Good luck to the UNC candidate. Good luck to the PNM candidate. Good luck to Christoph. You know, it'd be interesting because the one thing I see across the board is, well, I don't know who you're going up. I'm not too sure.
Kimberly Small and Sharon Darrow.
Young, middle-aged, older than you?
Sharon is middle-aged. Kimberly is young.
Younger than you?
No.
Okay, so you're the youngest candidate. All right, cool. So people, Monday is local government by-election in Barataria and Belmont East. So let your voices be heard. Go and put your finger where you want to put it. All right, so I tell you what, we got to take a break. When we return, Sergeant Pitt is here. We're going to talk to the police service after this.